Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. I have a video for you today, a reaction video. I want to display how women, when they enter into marriage, they don't really care about the vows that they make before God and other people. So whenever they say their vows, they're not really meaning it. They just treat it like it's just another relationship, to be honest with you. So let me go ahead and play this video. These clips are used for educational purposes and out of fair use. So tell me what you think about this, though. Here we go.
In sickness, and in health, to love, cherish, and to obey.
You see how she froze up on the obey. That gentleman is going to have a hell of a life with this woman because she already is telling him and me and everyone else that she will not be compliant or submissive. This is that ghetto mentality that she is bringing into the covenant that she's making before God to be with a man. A marriage is a covenant. It is an agreement. It is something that is set in stone before the eyes of God. If you're going to marry somebody, obeying, which is the equivalent of submission and compliance, is required. And if you're not going to go down that road, then you should not get married. And this man is about to realize soon what a mistake he is making, marrying someone who looks at obedience as slavery.
Talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling. Yes, we did. So you want me to repeat that again? You want to just keep going?
I think we can keep going.
All right.
That man is fit of hell. He finna have a whole lot of hell. He is about to catch so much hell. He's gonna want a divorce a year or two later. I'm telling you, because it's already showing in the beginning. If you have to take your soon-to-be bride to counseling, and if that was an issue during counseling about you obeying, about you being submissive, you are making a horrible mistake with your life. Now, what I'm about to do right now is play that same woman from a different angle, talking about a different part of the marriage vows. And I want you gentlemen and ladies to think about this for a moment. Are you really prepared to be married? Because being a husband and being a wife, being in marriage is different from being a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or just in a regular casual relationship. There is duties that are involved in marriage, and a man has his duty, but women need to understand that their duty is to serve the husband and the family. Let's get started.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
There's nothing funny about that. Everything for good, health, all this other stuff. But when it comes down to money, when it comes down to a man being able to provide, or a man can get laid off. Doesn't mean that he's lazy. Doesn't mean that he balmy or anything. He could have simply went through a financial snag. And if your woman is already stumbling at the vows for submission, obedience, compliance, and money, this is not going to work. This is not a joke. You are committing your life to another person. And when you commit your life, ladies, to that man, you're also opening up the doors to create other lives in the forms of children. This is not meant to be funny. Some of you might think I'm being extreme, but I'm not, because a lot of these women do not take the things that are meant to be serious.
We hit that snag about 20 times in counseling.
About 20 times in counseling. You have to talk to your reverend, your preacher, your pastor. And when money comes up, you have to have a thorough conversation about that if you're going to marry a man. What do you think this is, ladies? Do you think this is a joke? Do you think this is funny? A lot of you women lack commitment. It's not the men as much as you want to make it seem. It's you. You women are not committed. We cannot take your word seriously now. Everything ain't funny and everybody ain't playing. And that's all you women want to do now is go through life and play. When will you ever grow up?
20 times in counseling, Real made it very clear to Jonathan, you cannot be broke.
That is not funny. And that so-called preacher is not a real man of God if he doesn't correct that behavior. It's death till you part. It's not death until your bank account runs dry. It's death till you part. It's not we're going to break up when I have an argument, or we're going to have a divorce because I'm bored. It's death till you part. A lot of you women are superficial, materialistic, and you are ruining the lives of your children, destroying the family because of these selfish feelings that you have. This is not a joke. There's nothing funny about making vows before God about how you're going to live the rest of your life with your husband as a wife or as a mother to the children. Where is it funny at?
Y'all are really not going to like me for this. This video is probably going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, but at this point, I really don't give a fuck because it's the truth and it needs to be said. Being a stay-at-home mom is not a fucking privilege, okay? Being a woman of leisure is a privilege. How did we allow...
All right, a woman of leisure. A woman who sits on her booty all day at work, at home, while her dutiful husband is out working, providing. Being a housewife, as she says, is not a privilege. A privilege is a blessing. You're telling everyone that finding a man that can take care of you to the point where you can stay at home and do your domestic skills at home, cook, clean, or whatever, that's not a blessing to you?
Leisure is a privilege. How did we allow men to rebrand cooking, cleaning, taking care of kids, dropping off kids back and forth to school, washing dirty drawers, doing all the things at the house? How do we allow them to rebrand that as a privilege for us?
That has never been branded. That is tradition. It's funny to me how you women, you hypocrite women, do not complain about men doing their traditional things. We're not complaining about the fact that our ability to provide, to go to work every day, work hard, bring home the bacon, provide for our children and the wife, try to put a roof over the family's head. We're not complaining that that has been rebranded. Women only talk like this when they are selfish, hard-headed, and stubborn, rebellious in heart. This is a selfish, ungrateful, unthankful woman. This is one of those boss chicks. This is a bossy woman, an arrogant woman. This woman would never have a happy marriage. She is single now. Ladies, your mindsets are ruining your potentiality to be happy with a man.
At the very least, if it's a privilege for us, it's got to be a privilege for them too, right? Because let me explain something to you, okay? I am a single mother, all right? And I work, and I bring in anywhere from about $15,000 to $20,000 a month. But out of that money every month comes $3,600 for my housekeeper / nanny, okay? And I gladly pay her that money, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't be able to do my job. What's worse is she gets off every day. She clocks in at 10 and she gets off at 6. And you, my good lady, never get a break. You work literally 24/7 as a stay-at-home mom. And 60% of y'all can't even get a damn day off on Mother's Day. What did you get for Mother's Day, ma'am? Oh, that's right. More cooking, more cleaning, and more tending to the kids. He couldn't even give you a day off on your day to celebrate you for all the things.
Women like this, they are cancers in the Black community. This type of mindset is a cancer in all communities of color, white people, Black people, Mexican. This type of mentality is destructive. It is a detriment to the progression of our communities. Women like this poison the minds of gullible, silly women And these women will end up dying by themselves. They have passed the wall. They ain't hit the wall, they passed the wall. They will be 50, 60, 70 years old with no man. Just have flings throughout their life, temporary relationships through their lives. Teaching the younger girls how to be, how can I say, alienated away from us. Don't listen to this garbage.
Things that you do. But I bet he fully expects to go golfing with his buddies when Father's Day rolls around. So again, I'm gonna ask y'all, where's this privilege at? Because I'm not seeing it.
And you never will see it. Because no man is gonna deal with you. A man can get with you and think you are the world, and then the way that you talk and the way that you think right now, he'll be happy to get away from you. You will never be a housewife. You need to marry a nanny. Now let me go ahead and play another clip of a woman who actually got some sense. She is responding to this video, this last clip that I played, and she is thankful. Again, operating word thankful that she has the blessing and the privilege and the opportunity to be somebody's housewife. Let's get started.
Being a stay-at-home mom is a privilege. It's the highest privilege. It's the highest honor. I'm at home right now doing laundry, making sure that, my kids have dinner. My husband has dinner when they get home, making sure that my house is clean. That's our duty. Nobody says it's always pretty, it's always nice. It's sacrifice. That's what motherhood is. That's what wifehood is. It's sacrifice.
Keyword sacrifice. Women do not want to sacrifice anything. They're not going to do anything that causes them to suffer or anything. Motherhood is a sacrifice. Being a wife is a sacrifice. These are the things that are not being taught to our women. Beautiful black women. Beautiful black women having ugly attitudes and ugly perceptions about what being a soulmate or a wife is. I'm starting it back over to the beginning because the music was up just a tad bit. I want you to hear this woman say that being a stay-at-home mother or wife is a privilege.
Ma'am, being a stay-at-home mom is a privilege. It's the highest privilege. It's the highest honor. I'm at home right now doing laundry, making sure that, my kids have dinner. My husband has dinner when they get home, making sure that my house is clean. That's our duty. Nobody says it's always pretty, it's always nice. It's sacrifice. That's what motherhood is. That's what wifehood is. It's sacrifice. It's service. That's our divine duty. It's an investment, and hopefully, if we do it.
She said it is her divine duty. Divine, making reference to God, making reference to holy. Being a submissive woman is holy. Being a compliant woman is holy. It is of God. It is a part of God's plan. God created the patriarchy. God first, man next, wife next, children last. That is the order. That is the structure. That is one of the reasons why families are not functioning at the highest capacity that they possibly could, because the structure is out of whack. It all comes down to your attitude, women. Your attitude determines your altitude. And the way that y'all are thinking now, you can't help but to fail.
It's an investment, and hopefully, if we do it right and with prayer and support and guidance, from the divine himself, we'll get a return on that investment as they get older. This, leisure and privilege that she's speaking of, that's a colonial mindset. That's not original to, us Black people. We've always seen motherhood as the greatest honor and the servitude that goes along with that. That's what it is, service. And to our husbands and being in our home, that's our first priority.
Service. That goes back to being a helpmeet. A helpmeet is a helper. A helpmeet is a subservient. A helpmeet is an assistant. Servitude. Women cannot serve their men. Why? Because they lack humility. You cannot be a functional wife or mother without a spirit of humility. Most women today are egotistical. Most women today are arrogant. Most women today are selfish. They care nothing more about anything else than themselves. Women are more obsessed with pleasures than they are with duty. Duty to their kids, duty to their husbands, duty to the family. They are more obsessed with pleasures than they are with humility.
Service and to our husbands and being in our home, that's our first priority. Just say you don't want to be a mother. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't want to be a mother, I'm not down in that, but that's what you sign up for. Your children come first, your home comes first, your husband, that is your priority.
This is the type of woman that we need in our communities, teaching the younger women, because these loudmouth losers who are failing in marriages, who are losing their children, losing their husbands because of their mindsets, are destroying our communities. Now, you let me know, gentlemen, what you think about today's show. I'm sorry it took me so long. I've been busy today. I haven't had opportunity to drop 3 videos a day. Have a very, very busy schedule today. But I'm trying to put as much as I can. All right. So thank y'all for y'all support too. And I'm going to bring you some more real stuff. Y'all be safe out there. You hear?